Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting's coverage of the original Rebels Racing League Extreme Xfinity Series, brought to you by Goatlocker Racing. My name is Josh Hall. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. We appreciate you coming out here tonight on a Friday night here at IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Great little short track right there in Indianapolis. Right now, if you take a look at the board, Jonah Colbert is at the top of the speed charts with Eddie Smith right there behind him. Patrick Drabick in third in speed right now. Cody McClellan and Daniel Cunningham, your top five. You take a look at Jonah. And not your typical short track. You'll see a lot of guys. Some of them are running right there on the bottom of the track. Other guys we're seeing running more of a higher lane. Like you see Kinder running a little bit higher up the track and kind of diamonding the corner there. And I don't have the points to actually show on the screen, but I can see Jonah Colbert is currently your points leader with Jamie Mullins sitting back in second. Joe Yakes, Travis Bieber, and Patrick Drabick are your top five. Bieber and Drabick are actually tied for the fourth position. Then Zach Wetstein sitting back in sixth. Then a two-way tie for seventh between Andrew Kurtz and Eddie Smith. Garrett Kinder in ninth, and Charles Stevens back in 10th. Take a look out on the track right now. You see these guys run around this small little short track, and we'll actually ride along here. Let's see if we can ride along with Drabick here. And you can see, Drabick's getting loose there on entry. Another one in the wall. Here we go. Jamie Barkas running that higher lane. You can see that. And we were going to see that all night tonight. People running different lines here around this track. Much different feel than you get your normal flat short tracks. Kevin Kinder says hi, Mr. Hall. Kevin, it's good to see you as always here on Intensity Broadcasting. Do appreciate you tuning in, I should say. Normally I'd be out on the track, but unfortunately we don't have a announcer here tonight, so I'm in the booth to bring you the great action here in the Extreme Xfinity Series, fueled by Goatlocker Racing. As we're still riding along with Barkas, and you can see just that high line being run there. And then we'll flip over to someone like Eddie Smith here. We'll see where Eddie's running on the track. Eddie's also running that higher line. You see a lot of throttle control there. Here's Jonah Colbert. Let's see where Jonah's running on the track. If he's running that high, yes, he's running that higher lane as well. And really loose there.
Battery low.
For the 31 machine.
Charging battery.
Sorry about that. My headset was going to die, so I had to take care of that there. But yeah, Eddie Smith currently second on the speed chart. You saw these guys getting really loose. This track is really slick. This is going to be a fun one to watch tonight, as these guys are going to be racing extremely hard here tonight. On a flat, slick track here at IRP. So you got about a minute and a half left in practice here. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or Twitch. We do appreciate you coming out here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, subscribe, share the stream if you know anybody who might be interested in watching here tonight. If you're watching on eRacing TV, we appreciate you there as well. What's eRacing TV? Well, it's a free app you can download for your Fire Stick or your Roku, and you can watch live iRacing 7 nights a week right on your big screen without having to log into your computer. So check that out. It's eracingtv.com. And if you're watching, whether you're on the YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, we do have the chat up. Let us know who you're pulling for tonight. I already know who Kevin's pulling for tonight, as always. Sure, he'll be pulling for Peg Leg Feltz or Michael Kosick. Those are usually his now. He'll be cheering on Garrett all night long tonight. Again, about 30 seconds before qualifying begins. Also, if you're a fan of the original Rebels, which I know you are if you're watching here, we've got something up in the works right now, I see, between the original Rebels and another league. So we'll have to see how this pans out. We're going to have a special event probably gearing up here in the next few weeks. We'll make an announcement on that. But a little teaser for you here. We all like teasers. Of course, you can watch Original Rebels Racing here on Intensity on Thursdays in the Thunderstruck League, Friday here in the Xfinity, Saturdays in the Cup Series, and then Sunday we have our doubleheader, as always. As we're getting qualifying underway, and it looks like Jonah Colbert is the first car to get out on track. And interesting, we were running practice at night, and we're qualifying during the day, so that's going to change the way these cars handle quite a bit. We're going to see some different strategies here in qualifying. Just like you might see in real life, qualify during the day and a race at night. Did not realize that my microphone was muted. Yeah, Mike Bertosa Jr. and that chrome Coca-Cola 43 starting his qualifying lap. Ran his first lap, good enough for 15th fastest on the charts right now. He comes off of turn number 4. And he's going to stay in the 16th position at the moment. Adam Lang out on track in the 59 Wheeling machine. Eddie Smith just drove a blazer lap. Moved him up into second. Ryan Pendleton up into the 3rd position with a 22.78. As Adam's up into the wall, not having the best attempt at qualifying there. Let's take a look at Griff, your league admin. He's also run that really high line right against the wall. Comes down the backstretch. Great view of the backstretch there. You can really see how loose those cars are off the corner. And Griff loops it all by himself. That's going to end his qualifying attempt, unfortunately. Brandon Wallace just finished up his attempt. We got about a minute left in qualifying. Looks like Griff's back on it, though. So Griff with the damaged car still trying to get a lap in here. Loose off of turn number 4. And that's going to put him into 21st position. 3 cars not qualifying. Dan Worley, Mike Veith, and Matt Knights. So we got about 30 seconds before we drop the green flag here. Again, thanks for joining us here on Intensity Broadcasting. This is the Original Rebels Racing League Extreme Xfinity Series, fueled by Goatlocker Racing. We appreciate you coming out and watching here with us tonight. Again, whether you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, let us know who you're pulling for tonight, who your driver is. As we got about, well, we're going to go and grid them up right now. So Patrick Drabick will be your pole sitter here tonight, with Eddie Smith on the outside. Ryan Pendleton rolling off third in that 23 machine, with Jamie Barkas to his outside in the 15 in row 2. Row 3, you'll find Daniel Cunningham in the 54 machine and Jonah Colbert in the 31. The 04 of Michael Kosick will be rolling off 7th, with Garrett Kinder in the 13 in the 8th position. Then the 5th row will be Cody McClellan and Joe Yakes. Chris Hyder in the 24, he'll be rolling off 11th, with Adam Lang in the 59 to his outside. In 12th and 13th is the 27 of Jake Ellingson and Chuck Pegleg Feltz in the 75, back in 14th position. 15th is going to be Charles Stevens Jr. with Jason Lotridge in the 48 and 16th. Justin Henley, Brendan Wallace back in row 9. Mike Bertosa Jr., Charlie Gates, row 10. And then William Griffith, Mike Veith, Matt Knights, and Dan Worley round out the rest of the field. As we get ready for some short track racing here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Short track racing, so we'll have 2 pace laps here to get the field all squared away. Again, don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the Original Rebels Racing League Send It Cup Series, right here in Intensity Broadcasting. Get you some more details on that race in a moment, but right now we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Patrick Drabick will be starting on the inside. He'll lead them down as the pace car is already on pit road as they come down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and a great start for the 07 of Patrick Drabick as he moves right up to the high side. Right up in front of Eddie Smith, and that's going to allow Eddie to sneak into that second position right behind Jamie Barkas. Slides up the track, almost gets up into the wall there. Able to hold on to it though as they come rocketing down the front stretch to complete lap number 1. The 54 of Dale Cunningham working that low side on Garrett Kinder right now, trying to move himself forward, and he will. Just behind them, Adam Lang. Oh, we got a caution out on the track. It looks like Mike Bertosa Jr. having some issues here. That's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind, and I apologize for that big Intensity logo across it. Thought I had shut that off. See if we can see what happened here with Bertosa. Looks like he's down on the bottom. Jason Lotridge up on the high side. Griff right there as well. And as they come off the corner. Looks like Bertosa just drifted up in the Griff. Thought he was clear. Just was not clear. He goes sliding down to the infield. Also, I see Jason Longridge having some issues as well. Just gets loose into the corner. Gets down into John Deere country. Makes a little bit of inside contact with that inside wall. Nothing too significant. This early in the run, we're not going to see anybody coming down the pit road. If this is your first time watching the Extreme Xfinity Series here on Intensity Broadcasting, this is one of the few leagues that has the choose rule. Not just the leader can choose what lane he wants to start in, but the entire field can choose. So as they come to one to go next time, the field will choose which lane they want to start in before they get to the start-finish line. So with the outside lane being the dominant side, Eddie Smith is starting back in second place, but he can choose to stay right up there on that high lane and have that advantage as opposed to being stuck down on the bottom. And then also gives an opportunity for someone in the back to make a gamble. Maybe they can pull up a few positions if a bunch of cars try starting up on that high side. Drabick is going to take the high side. Eddie Smith is going to go to the low side. So isn't Jamie Barkus going to pick the low side? That's going to put Ryan Pendleton, move him into the third spot. So he's going to be up on the high side, excuse me, the fourth spot. He'll be up on the high side as opposed to the inside of row number 3. So you just see how that little bit of gambling can pay off. Pace car ducking down on the pit road. Patrick Drabick's going to lead him back to the starting zone here. Green flag back in the air. We are racing again at IRP, and Ryan Pendleton, making the best of that position, has moved himself up into the second position with that restart. With Eddie Smith right there behind. As caution is already back out on the track, it looks like quite a few cars. The 55 of Charlie Gates involved. Looks like Chris Heiner in the 24 caught up in that as well. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Looks like Griff might have been involved in this one as well. Let's take a look here as we focus on William Griffith here. Oh, Heiner catches the wall, comes down in the peg leg. Two of them make hard contact with the outside wall. We see the 85 checking up, just nowhere to go. Gets caught up in it. Lottridge gets around. Brandon Wallace gets around. We see Griff catch it in the back there as well. There goes the 55 around. Tosa and Matt Knight's involved as well, so quite a few cars caught up in that one. So under caution again. Patrick Drabick continues the lead here under caution. We should be getting the 2 to go right here. So next time by, they'll be choosing their lanes again. We'll have to see what Ryan Pendleton does this time on the restart. He had such a great restart on that high side last time. We'll see if he moves down to the bottom, or if he decides to choose that high lane again. They come to the line here, and they're going to choose, and yep, Pendleton is going to choose that high lane. That's going to move Eddie Smith up into the second, well, what would be typically the pole position there on the inside. So track position versus optimal racing line is what these guys are trying to decide here. As the pace car pulls off onto pit road. Again, your leader, Patrick Drabick, up on the high side, Eddie Smith down on the bottom as they approach the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Great jump for Drabick on that high lane. He pulls Pendleton right along with him, but here comes Eddie Smith back on the bottom side with a strong run on the low side. First time we've really seen that low side get a good run off the corner. They're still side by side for the second position. Eddie Smith with the advantage as he's going to slide up in front of Ryan Pendleton and take over that second position. And oh, one around on the back, hard contact. The 27 of Jake Ellison around on the backstretch. That's going to bring up yet another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We'll take a look to see exactly what happened to Ellingson here as they come off of turn number 4. Ellingson way down on that low side. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. A little bit of contact there between Ellingson and not really sure who that was back there. Also, Charlie Gates Jr. having some issues here in the 55 as well. While that's going on in front of him. Just locks up the rear tires and spins it all by himself. So Ellingson with a lot of damage to that machine. He's going to have to come down pit road, get that fixed up. Well, Patrick Drabick, Eddie Smith, and Ron Pendleton run 1, 2, 3. Your biggest mover of the race so far is the 67 of Mike Veith. Mike running back in the 14th spot right now. Currently up 8 spots. Also Dan Worley in the 28 machine. He's also up 8 spots right now. So those two would be your two biggest movers of the race. Along with Adam Lang here in the 59, up 6 spots from where we started. Fields get ready. Get green flag racing back underway. So here we go. Lights on the pace car are off. We're back to choosing. Patrick Drabick is going to choose that high line yet again. Eddie Smith is going to choose the bottom here. Ryan Pendleton and on the high side, and Jonah Colbert down on the bottom. So we'll see here how this restart goes. Pace car is off. Drabick leads him back to the restart zone. He's been going right here, and here he goes again. It's the same restart he's been getting all race long, and he pulls Ryan Pendleton right along as well. But here comes Eddie Smith trying to get that low line working yet again. Not able to clear him as they come off turn 2. Now he's going to clear him. Slides up in front of him. A little slide job there from Smith to move himself solidly into the second position. Now Smith is going to set his sights on the 07 of Patrick Drabick. Side-by-side racing a little further back. Garrett Kinder trying to get around. Looks like he was getting around Adam Lang there, but Adam fighting back on that high side. Kinder not able to slide up in front here. Patrick Drabick continues to lead. Sorry for those of you watching on YouTube. Got a little spam come across there. Had to take care of real quick. But now the field's starting to get single file. We do got a little side-by-side racing. Had side-by-side racing as Adam Lang was side-by-side with Cunningham, and now they're back to single file. This is a great view. This camera shot we have right here really lets you see how loose these cars are getting up off the corner. And I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are truly not going full throttle until they're about halfway down the front stretch. It's actually right along with Garrett Kinder for a moment, and you can listen to his throttle here as you can hear him really modulating the throttle there. Take a look from behind here, and some great camera view work here. What Kinder's, oh, Kinder catches the wall. We got a battle up here. Jonah Colbert looking down to the inside of Ryan Pendleton here. They're side by side. This is for third place. I do apologize for my allergies. As they're still side by side, Eddie Smith now all over the back bumper of Patrick Drabick. But this battle side by side continues for the third position. Now Jonah Gobert getting a little advantage on the low side and almost slides up in the wall. Almost some contact there between those two. Come off of turn number 4. Jonah Colbert's going to clear him. And now here comes Cody McLean down on the low side to try to take that fourth position away. We're starting to see that low lane starting to come in just a little bit. We haven't seen that at all tonight. Now they're starting to make that low lane work. Up front, our leaders are continuing to pull away from the field a little bit. The gap from Eddie Smith back to Jonah Colbert is just over a second, but Colbert started to put down some lap times. His last lap was the fastest car on track. And he's starting to cut into the lead of these two. On the Facebook chat, we see Josh Oswald says, "Kill the 99," talking about Brandon Wallace. And then Kevin Kinder, of course, says go 13 as Garrett Kinder is trying to work his way back up through the field. Currently running in the 9th position. Jonah Colbert was just trying to gain on these leaders a little bit. Now he's starting to fall back off of them as these leaders are putting down some blazing fast times still. As we listen to Patrick Drabick here, you can hear just how long it's taken him to get back to the gas. they're not quite getting full throttle until they're on the straightaway. So these drivers doing a lot to keep these cars driving straight. These cars are very ill handling on this flat, slick track. And you're able to really hear it. You don't really see it too much from the outside. When you ride along with Eddie Smith here, and you look at the work that he's doing with his hands and the throttle, Eddie just not able to get to the throttle early enough to get the good run off the corner to try to make a move on traffic. A little further back, we got a battle back here. It's between Adam Lang, who just catches the wall a little bit, and the 54, Daniel Cunningham. Oh, Lang hard up into the wall that time. Slides up, and that's going to give Cunningham the lead off by himself as we saw Eddie Smith completely sideways. I'm sorry, that wasn't Eddie Smith. It was Jamie Barkus completely sideways off the corner. It might have been Pendleton, excuse me. I saw a blue car completely sideways as here goes the 54 diving down underneath, trying to take that position away. Oh, we got contact. Ellingson. Looks like he had a motor expire on him. He's going to get down. And that's going to... Doesn't look like that's going to bring out the yellow. Oh, there's the yellow now for Ellingson. Let's bring up our Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. See what happened to Ellingson here. If he just blew his motor, if he caught the wall, or what happened to him. As we see the 27 coming down the front stretch, and oh yeah, the motor just let go. So a tough break for Ellingson as the field is now picked up on the backstretch. And I'm sure everybody's going to be coming down here for 4 tires and fuel. Matt Knights stays out on track. He was 1 lap down, and looks like he's going to either pit on the second time through or try to get his wave around here. The entire field comes down. And of course, let me see if I can get a good view of the race off pit road. As always. And here it is. Drabick, the 31, the 37, or sorry, 87, the 06 of Cody McLean. Jerry Barkus gets out, and great battle off of pit rain, but Chris Heiner is going to be your current leader as he decided to stay out here on that round of pit stops. He last pit on lap number 8. 55 of Charles Gates Jr. is currently 1 lap down, so he's actually on the tail end of the lead lap as we sit. It looks like Heiner's going to gamble here and stay out on these old tires. As the lights on the pace car should be shutting off this time by. We'll see who takes what lane. Oh, we're going to go one more. I apologize. So Chris Heiner will be your leader here. And on these old tires, it makes me wonder if he's going to try to stay on the outside or if he's going to choose the inside on the restart here. Looks like Heiner is going to choose the inside. He's going to give Drabick the outside. Jonah Colbert also going to choose the high side. Looks like Eddie Smith is going to stay up on that high side as well. So that's going to allow Cody McClellan to move way up here, up into the third spot. So we're seeing the choose rule really play effect here as the pace car pulls off on the pit road. Chris Heiner's going to lead them back to the restart zone. See if he's able to keep the car under him on the green on the start here. Green flag back in the air, and oh, it's contact there between McClellan and Heiner. McClellan falls all the way back. Heiner's going to stay up in the 5th position, but on these old tires, he's going to get eaten up here, as you can see. Yellow flag is out. Looks like some issues for Mike Veith in turns 1 and 2. Sorry, that's turns 3 and 4. That's going to bring up yet another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we see what happened here to Mike Veith. Now it looks like we see McClellan down there on the bottom. And Veith just threw it into the corner a little too hard, spins out all by himself. Comes across the nose of McClellan and a couple other cars, but able to hold on to it and not involve anybody else. So that's going to make me wonder here if Heiner decides to come down pit road after seeing how poor those new tires, or those old tires, really are. Again, you're watching the Extreme Xfinity Racing League, powered by Goatlocker Racing, part of the original Rebels Racing League. We do appreciate you watching here with us tonight. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. This next time by, we should see the lights on the pace car turn off, and we'll choose them yet again. Again, if you're just joining us, this league does have a full choose rule where the entire field can choose which lane they want to restart on, not just the leader. They have to make their decision before they cross the start-finish line on to go to 1 to go. Again, the top lane here at IRP is so dominant. So I imagine we'll see our leader, Patrick Drabick, choosing that high lane here. What's Jonah Colbert going to do as they come to choose their lanes? You see Jonah goes down to the bottom, Eddie Smith up to the top, Ryan Pendleton staying at the top, Heiner's going to go down to the bottom. We saw Heiner have some wheel spin on that first restart. Now that he's a little bit further back in traffic, we'll have to see how that plays out here. As those tires are much older, we're talking, he was last in on lap number 8, and I don't think he changed tires, so those are the tires that he started the race on. Everybody else pit on lap 38. As Drabick leads them back to the restart zone. Back to the gas, green flag is back in the air. We're back racing here. You see Heiner jumping up to the high side there, trying to get in front of everybody to get that great launch into the corner as we got side-by-side racing between Ryan Pendleton and Eddie Smith. Almost some contact as Smith was really loose there on that high lane. Able to gather it up, though, and keep from getting in the side of the 23 of Pendleton. They come off of turn number 4. And, oh, one car really loose there on the back. Able to hold on to it, though. That looked like Daniel Cunningham. Oh, now the 48 of Jason Lottridge is around and into the inside wall. Caution is back out. For another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And it looks like we had some 3 wide racing that led to this. See Jason Lottridge to the inside of the 187 of Joe Yakes. And just behind him, we see McClellan, Michael Kosick, and Pegleg Feltz, who are 3 wide. As we roll this forward, we'll see if that had anything to do with it, as Lottridge just kind of pushed up the track, up into the side of Joe Yakes. And right in front of McClellan, and McClellan does a good job of avoiding. I don't think he makes any contact here. Somehow he does not make any contact with the 48 machine. So let's ride along here with McClellan and see exactly what he saw. Able to hold on to it and get around and not make any contact. So as we start lap number 53 here of 175. Long way to go in this one. Expect to see some give and take starting to come out of these guys as the race continues on. Chris Heiner still hanging back in that 6th position. And looking at Heiner's pit time on lap number 8, does look like he did take tires. Josh Oswald, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Come on, Lottridge, really? It's a good way to sum that one up. Ratchet Miller says, let's go 13, hammer down. Kinder currently sitting back in the 8th position. Brand new paint job for him. And the Blue Mountain Big Frig machine. Great looking paint job. Everybody knows I'm a sucker for good paint jobs. As we come across the line this time. I'm not sure if we're on 1 to go yet, so we'll see where everybody lines up. Yep, white, this is 1 to go here. So it looks like Patrick Drabick, Eddie Smith, Ryan Pendleton all choosing the high side. 31 of Jonah Colbert down to the bottom. Adam Lang. Garrett Kinder jumping down that low lane. Move him up into the 6th position with that. Josh Oswald says you're never lonely at kinderonly.com. That is true. As the pace car pulls off on the pit road, traffic is again going to lead him down to the restart zone. We've seen him going early every restart here. See if he gets the early jump right here. No, he holds off a little bit longer this time. Now we're back green flag racing and a good jump again. Patrick Drabick doing a good job of keeping these guys on edge. As Jonah Colbert's going to move up around Eddie Smith into the 2nd position. But Smith looking back on the low side, and oh, Ryan Pendleton really loose there. Adam Lang was loose too, and Garrett Kinder's going to move up on the high side of these two. try to get a run off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Oh, one car up into the wall. Kinder, move him up into the 5th position. We see Griff, Adam Lang, and Daniel Cunningham battling behind. And Griff still has a little bit of damage to the front of that machine, but able to hold on to it and continue his march forward through the field. As Adam Lang up into the wall, he's going to lose all his momentum here. That's going to allow Cunningham to get right below him here and into the corner. Side-by-side battle here for the 6th and 7th position. Lang's going to get the lead, position here, and Kinder was just super loose off the corner. Surprised he was able to hold on to that because that car was sideways. But able to hold on to it. While that's going on, we got a battle, 3-car battle up at the front here. As Jonah Gobert is starting to stalk Patrick Drabick for the lead. He's running right there in the tire tracks. A couple other comments in the chat. Mike Uribe says, "Go Lottridge, the true super speedway king." Josh Oswald says, "Beware of the Griff Dozer." Yes, you always want to beware of the Griff Dozer. As the battle continues up here, now everybody's kind of settling in. A little battle back here. Gaggle of cars. Heiner still struggling on those older tires, continues to fall back. We see the 85 of Justin Hendry get a little loose on that inside lane, able to hold on to it. And the 87 of Joe Yates really loose in the corner there. Again, able to hold on to it. We're seeing these cars sideways off of the corner. One car off track. The 43 back on track though. As the battle continues up at the front, now Jonah Colbert all over the back bumper of the 7. As they come down the backstretch. Try to sneak down to that low lane, but we've seen all night long this top lane being so dominant. We ride along off the back bumper of Patrick Drabick. You can hear again just how long it's taken him to get back to the gas. So 31's trying to stick his nose down underneath, just not able to make it work. And riding along here, you can really hear just how much they're having to work the throttle and how long it's taking them to get back to the throttle. They're almost completely on the straightaway before they're back to the throttle. As Jonah Colbert continues to try to work that low lane, but just not able to make it work here. Drabick trying to get back to the gas a little early and just pushes up the track just a little bit. Just no grip in those front tires. As these three work down the backstretch. A little further back, we got a battle between Joe Yates and Cody McClellan. Also, just in front of that, Jamie Barkas and William Griffith battling at it as Griff's going to fall back into the 9th position. Griff is currently our biggest mover, up 12 spots from where he started. As now Colbert's fallen back just a little bit, almost fallen back into the clutches of Eddie Smith. Eddie trying to work his way around that 31. They've not able to get that car hooked up to make that move. Battle here for the 5th position as Cunningham's trying to get around Garrett Kinder to take over that 5th position, and he will. So the 54 of Cunningham continues his march forward through the field. Try to get back up to the front. Michael Kosick and Justin Hendry now battling back here. This is a battle for 13th and 14th. It's Kosick working that low line. Not able to get back to the throttle as soon as that high lane is. And you see just behind him Christopher Heiner, who's on those older tires still, but able to hold on and stay back in the 15th position. Joe Yankson will Griff him down. Oh, Griff makes some contact with the 187. Oh, we got caution on the track. And Daniel Cunningham, who was just making his way forward, had to tow here. And we were talking about the Griff dozer. Whoop. Well, I thought I had the Griff dozer, but that looks like Atlee. Let's try that again. We'll bring up the Griff dozer for this Wreckage Rewind as we take a look and see what happened to Cunningham here. Looks like some hard racing. He was right there with Garrett Kinder. I'm going to rewind just a little bit further because I saw some smoke there. Did the 54 blow a motor? I have no idea what just happened there. Let's ride along with the 54. Let's see if we can hear anything out of this machine. I wonder if he was trying to come down pit road. I don't know what happened there. It looks like half the field comes down pit road. We see Pegleg, Michael Kosick, Justin Hendry, Christopher Heiner, Pegleg, Mike Vietz, Bertosa Jr., Brandon Wallace, Jason Lotridge, Matt Knights, Dan Worley, Daniel Cunningham, all on pit road. So 27 of Jake Ellingson, who is the on the tail end of the lead lap right now. Jason Lotridge also right there on the tail end. Got a lot going on in the chat, on the Facebook chat. Josh Oswald says, make Magic Mike race again. Mike Uribe says, living the good life on the farm. Mike Uribe says, Oswald, say hi to my girlfriend. They got a lot going on in there. Having some fun in the race chat. If you're on the Facebook, you can see that going on. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, let us know who you're cheering for. We want to know who you're out there watching tonight. Saw a couple people cheering on Garrett Kinder tonight. We heard Josh Oswald rooting against the 99 of Brandon Wallace. But Eddie Smith continues. Eddie Smith is now your leader here. It looks like Eddie Smith was able to get around Drabick just before that caution came out. And I missed the pass, so we'll go back to that in just a moment. Eddie Smith is going to choose the inside lane, though. Green flag back in the air. We're back racing. Eddie Smith using that low lane to get the great jump. Here comes Jonah Colbert down to the inside. Oh, they make contact. Drabick and Colbert make some contact. Drabick up into the wall. That's going to move Derek Kinder up into the third position. And here comes Griff down on the low side of Patrick Drabick trying to take over. Oh, Griff gets loose. All by himself down on the bottom. Spins back up across the track. Caution is back out. And we're going to leave the Griff Dozer replay up, as it was the Griff Dozer himself bringing that yellow out. Let's see if we can see just exactly what happened to Griff here. He's coming off the corner, just loses it all by himself on that low side, tries to gather it up. Surprisingly doesn't hit anything, so great job holding on to it. But, oh, I didn't realize that we weren't live. We still had the Griff Dozer up. Will look just like that that you're seeing on the screen right now. Let me rewind this and do this again. Sorry about that. I was describing it to you, but you missed it. So as they're coming off the corner and Griff just loses it all by himself on that low line, then gets into a wicked tank slapper. Almost comes back across the track in front of the field, loops it around, and surprisingly doesn't hit anything. And he's going to continue on. So Eddie Smith continues to lead here. I do apologize for not having the pass for the lead. I was looking in my race feed here and I completely missed it. Well, nevertheless, we're going to go back green flag racing. Eddie Smith is going to choose the high lane this time. Jonah Colbert to the bottom. Derek Kinder up into that third spot on that high line where he wants to be. Up in the chat real quick. Kevin Kinder says, hang on, Griff. Charlie Gates says, got the muscle. Ratchet Miller says, good job, Griff. Not taking anybody out. Clean them out them drawers and get back to racing. Josh Oswald's disappointed on so many ways. As Eddie Smith is going to lead him back down to the restart zone. He's going to hit the gas, green flag back in the air, and a great jump again for Eddie Smith on that high side. Jonah Gobert, though, is trying to slide up in front of Griff as they are side by side a little further back. Oh, hard contact. The 07 of Drabick is around for the field. Hard contact. We got the big one here on the backstretch. They're still piling in. Caution is back out. It's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And there's a lot going on in that one. Let's see if we can break that one down. As we saw Adam Lang and Patrick Drabick side by side coming off the corner. And it looks like the 59 just comes up into the side of the 07. They actually make wheel-to-wheel contact. That shoots the 07 up into the air, catches the outside wall, and then he's trying to hold on to it. Catches the 15 and the 88, as well as the 23. Catches the 85. So Charles Stevens Jr. involved in that. Chris Heiner's able to sneak on through. Brandon Wallace gets a piece down on the bottom. Pegleg able to sneak on through. Daniel Cunningham gets a little piece of it as well. Then you see Bertosa and the 27 Ellingson involved in that as well. Let's rewind this. We're going to take a look at this from the blimp just because there was so much going on right there. Let's see if we can see a little bit better what happened as we see the 59 again slides up the track up into Drabick, and Drabick just nowheres to go. Kosick avoids. You've got the 15 of Jamie Barkus involved. You see the 23 and 85 get into it. Brandon Wallace looks like he's going to make it through, but here comes the 85 back across the track and makes some contact. Griff able to sneak on through. Cunningham gets a little chunk there. Ellingson just nowheres to go up on that high side, just goes piling in. So tough break for Patrick Drabick after leading so much of the race to find himself going to be restarting back here in the 17th position. These guys have 4 sets of tires in the pits, and we're seeing that that's not really much needed here, as most of the rate laps tonight have been under the yellow flag. We'll see if they go picking their lanes here on this lap. It looks like Eddie Smith is going to commit to the high side this time. Put Jonah Colbert down on the bottom. Garrett Kinder is going to restart on the high side again in that 4th position. Adam Lang down on the bottom. Last time Lang was down on the bottom, we saw him just push up in the side of Drabick. Let's see if he's able to hold on to that low lane this time on the restart. Cody McClellan, who got caught up in one earlier, currently up in the 6th position. Michael Kosick going to be restarting 5th as the pace car is taking that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Eddie Smith leads him back down to the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air, and we're back racing here at IRP. And another great jump for Eddie Smith, our leader, as they work their ways through turns 1 and 2. Garrett Kinder, Adam Lang side by side as they come off of turn number 2. Kinder, though, on that high side, he's going to be able to hold on to it and make that move to get up into the 3rd position all by himself. A little further back, Kosick now looking underneath the 187. Caution is back out. It looks like The 23 of Pendleton and the 85 of Hendry around. Let's see if we can see what happened to Hendry and actually starts completely different. Oh, I thought I had my Wreckage Rewind up. I apologize. We see some three wide racing. Bertosa down the bottom, Cunningham in the middle. Ellingson up on that high side. And some contact there between Bertosa and Ellingson. And Ellingson takes the hard trip down to the inside lane. While all that is happening, the 23 of Pendleton got looped around. Let's see, rewind here and see if we see it happen to the 23 because, Christopher Heiner got into the corner a little hot. Catches the back bumper of the 23, spins him around. Griffin, Drabick involved in that one. And Headley able to stop to avoid from getting into the 23 any further. So we're seeing a lot of multi-car wrecks here tonight. And we talked about in the pre-race how this track was going to be very tough tonight. And it's just proven to be just that. You got an old, worn-out racing surface. It's a flat track, not a lot of grip. And we're seeing what that's doing to these drivers here tonight. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Send It Cup Series here, presented by Original Railroads Racing League. I normally don't call that or run it, so somebody in the chat, let me know where they're running tomorrow night so I can let everybody else know where the race is tomorrow night in the Send It Cup Series. I don't have access to that schedule. Do know the playoffs are going off in the Cup Series as Eddie Smith is going to choose the high side. Jonah Colbert to the bottom. It's going to be the same restart order that we just saw. Pace car pulls off. We're getting ready to go back at green flag racing. Eddie Smith up on that high side. Jonah Colbert down on the bottom. Can Jonah get a good jump here on the restart? Those two teammates right there on the front row. Green flag's back in the air. And again, Eddie Smith with the huge jump. Garrett Kinder, though, up on that high side trying to make something work here. Just not able to get out in front of that 31 machine. Adam Lang has to slide back. He's going to lose a couple of positions. He's going to fall back to the 5th position. Stuck on that inside lane as Joe Yates is going to go around him on the outside. Now he's going to slide in behind Yates in the 6th position. Michael Kosick and the 88 Charles Stevens Jr. battling side by side. This is a battle for 7th and 8th on track. And Stevens, the first car I've really been able to see get any kind of run going on that low lane. But Kosick just so much stronger off the corner on that high lane. Meanwhile, up front, our leaders are starting to pull away from each other. Eddie Smith's starting to gap the field just a little bit. So a battle side by side back here between Jason Lottridge and Ryan Pendleton. This is back for 14th and 15th. And oh, Griff gets real loose off the corner. Able to hold on to it. That's going to be right in front of the 54 machine, who Daniel Cunningham is actually a lap down, trying to work his way back through the field. Still side-by-side battle here, as Pendleton's going to win that battle. A little further back, or a little further forward, Patrick Drabick has gotten around Peg Leg Phelps. He's going to look to work his way on the 24 of Chris Heiner. Peg Leg almost got into the back of Drabick there, but able to hold on to it. And we see this 07 is actually currently one of the fastest cars out on track, minus your leader, Eddie Smith. So Drabick trying to work his way back up to the front after having some issues. A little further up front, we got a battle going on here. Adam Lang starting to run down. Joe Yakes. Kosick can get in this one as well, as Kosick's looking down to the inside. Not quite able to get there just yet. Great three-car battle here. Oh, Mike Veith around on the backstretch right in front of the entrance of pit road. Field able to not be there, so no caution is going to come out. As Jamie Barkas is trying to work all over the back bumper of Charles Stevens Jr. Let's rewind to this because it looks like Drabick might have been involved in another one here. Drabick just diving down to pit road. And he's going to park it. So Patrick Drabick has officially retired from the race. So a tough break for the 07 machine, as we see Chris Heiner trying to work underneath the 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. And then right behind we see the 23 of Ryan Pendleton. Now Pendleton is on a little different strategy. He's got 25 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field. And you're starting to see why that's working for him, as he's able to pull up and pass cars, as he's going to work underneath Adam Lang here in the 59 machine. Going to pass him with ease and pull right up to the 88. Charles Stevens Jr. You can see just how much better those fresh tires are. His caution is out on track. It looks like the 43 of Bertosa Jr. is looped around on the front stretch. That's going to bring up yet another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And this actually starts back on the backstretch. You see the 43 running all by himself back here. Catches the wall, then tries to hold on to it, gets it back going straight, and then just loops it all by himself on the front stretch. Now the entire field back on pit road. Oh, wrong button here. Pit lane. Let's take a look at Garrett Kinder. The first car off pit road. Looks like he just took 2 tires. Then Eddie Smith, Jonah Colbert, Cody McLean, and then the rest of the field rolling off. And Garrett Kinder Looks like he's pulling a little strategy here. He's getting just 2 tires to get the track position, get out in front of Eddie Smith. Ryan Pendleton will be scored as your leader. Again, he had fresher tires, so he's trying to use an off strategy here and stay out. Ratchet Miller says dirt track and on asphalt. Guys using the turn 2 wall. And that's what it looks like out there. A couple guys jumping the cushion, just getting up into the wall. The way these guys are riding the throttle here, you would think it was a dirt track the way they're running it here. But we saw dirt track racing last week in the Xfinity Series as they took on Bristol. Again, don't forget to join us on Sunday night. We got a great one there for you as we're going to have our truck doubleheader. We are in the playoffs in the truck series. And this week we're going to be at Kansas for the round of 12. In both the Outlaw Series and the Rebels Truck Series. So you don't want to miss that. I'll be at the call for our favorite doubleheader. So check that out here. Sunday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Intensity Broadcasting. So Pendleton's going to choose the high side here on this restart. Kinder's going to move down to the low side. Eddie Smith's going to be up on the high side. Jonah Colbert down on the low side. Joe Yakes jumping down to the low side, putting McClellan up on the high side as a pace car pulls up on the pit road. Come back to the restart zone. Pendleton laying back quite a bit on the restart. Now gets the jump. Green flag back in the air. That's going to put Kinder and Eddie Smith side by side into turn number 1. Kinder on those 2 tires as he's going to slide up track. Almost gets into the side of Smith. Smith's going to have the launch off on that high side though. And Kinder is going to have to fall in behind. But here comes Jonah Colbert in the 31 trying to get back around Kinder. Kinder gets a good launch on that bottom side. He's able to stay up in front, and now he's going to pull right alongside Eddie Smith, and Kinder's going to lose it all by himself on the bottom. Able to hold on to it, but he's going to lose a ton of track position because he's going to fall all the way back to the 12th position. So Ryan Pendleton continues to lead on those 20-lap older tires. And caution flag is out. Looks like Chris Heiner stuffed it into the turn, or into the front strip fence. Kevin, your cows are getting quite the workout tonight. Let's take a look and see what happened to Heiner here. Coming through turns 3 and 4. We see Garrett Kinder on that low side after falling back. And Heiner just loses it all by himself, trying to get back to the gas. Taps that inside wall. Josh Oswald says Kinder's right rear tire's going to need a PFA against him tonight. And Ratchet Miller puts up the big angry face. As we see Daniel Cunningham getting the lucky dog wave around here. extra feed for the cows tonight. It must be. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, refire them here with just about 50 laps to go when we get back to green flag racing. Ryan Pendleton holding on with those older tires up front. I know he was playing on the restart a little bit that time. He was laying back a little bit, which is his prerogative, as long as he doesn't break pace speed. He can go whenever he'd like as soon as the pace car is off. So we'll have to see if Eddie Smith is onto him this time. Pendleton's going to choose the high side. Eddie Smith also chooses the high side. That's going to put Jonah Colbert down on the... Nope, lights are back on the pace car. Thought we were choosing lanes there. So we should be choosing our lanes this time by. Again, I imagine Pendleton's going to choose the high side here, as the high lane's been so dominant. Eddie Smith is going to go down to the bottom. Jonah Colbert's going to stay down on the bottom. That's going to move McClellan up into the second row on the high side. Then Joe Yakes, Michael Kosick, 5th and 6th. Jamie Bark is having a quiet night so far, up in the 7th. Charles Stevens Jr. in 8th. 9th is Jason Lowridge and William Griffith in the 10th spot. As the pace car is pulled off onto pit road, Pendleton's going to lead them back down to the restart zone. Another slow start for that 23 machine. Green flag's back in the air. And we are back racing, and that time Eddie Smith got caught sleeping a little bit on that restart. And right now he's side by side racing hard with the 06 of McClellan as they come down the backstretch. And Cody almost had the 87 clear, but the 87's fighting back on that inside lane. Oh, a little contact between those two. McClellan gets really loose there in the corner. Eddie Smith is going to slide up. Oh, Eddie gets a little loose there. It's going to allow Cody to get the run back on that high side as they go into turn number 3. Oh, McClellan up into the wall. That's going to let Eddie Smith slide right up into that second position. Here comes Jonah Gobert trying to take over third, but not able to do it as McClellan's able to get another great launch there on that high side. As they come off of turn number 2, they are still side by side for the third position. Oh, now McClellan up into the wall again. Trying to pinch Colbert down on that low lane as they continue to run side by side. Oh, hard contact. They're in the wall. The 31 hard into the wall. Off the front bumper of the 23 machine. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We'll take a look at this one from high above. As we see McClellan up on that high lane. Bounces off the wall just a little bit. And oh, it looks like, rewind that one just a little bit because I want to. $31 looks like he gets loose up into the corner, chases it back up the track, up into the side of the 06. he's able to drive on by just barely. But McClellan has to come down onto pit road to get his damage fixed. So does the 31. Going to use his reset to get back out there. Here comes the 54 getting yet another lap back. So a great job for that 23 machine. It will stay out on those older tires. Garrett Kinder back in the 13th position, and you know, I'm gonna pose the question here why he didn't come back in and get 4 tires, because he knows those 2 tires just are not working for him, and with less than 50 laps to go, he might be able to get back up through the field. But instead decides to keep gambling on this 2 tire decision. So Ryan Pendleton continues to lead here under caution, with Eddie Smith behind him. Joe Yates up the 3rd, Michael Kosick and Charles Stevens up into the 5th position. Next time by, we'll get 1 to go. And drivers will be able to choose which lane they want to start in. As the pace car gets ready to turn the lights off. Again, Pendleton's going to choose the high side. Eddie Smith down on the low side. Joe Yates is going to choose the high side. Putting Kosick down on the low side. Kevin Kinder says may only have 2 tires in the pits. You know, he's only pit twice, I believe. Let's take a look at the pit strategy real quick. I can see how many times they've come onto pit road. So yeah, he might only have 1 set of tires left in the pits and try to hold on to them in case we have a short run to the end. Pendleton hits the gas. We are back green flag racing. Little tire spin out of the 87 of Eddie Smith allows Pendleton to get the clean jump into turn number 1. They are side by side a little further back. Kosick and Jamie Barkas run side by side for that 4th position, as Barkas is going to move around the 04 of Kosick. Although Kosick's going to fight back on that low lane. Ooh, Griff up into the wall. They're 3 wide behind. We'll move Jamie Barkas into sole possession of the 4th position. Charles Stevens Jr. right on the back bumper of Kosick now. Speaking of right on the bumper, we got Eddie Smith right on the bumper of Ryan Pendleton. So he almost pushes him down the front stretch here and into the corner. So we ride along with Ryan Pendleton here, and you can see just how much better Eddie Smith is able to get back to the throttle. The question is, can Smith make the move here? Or is he going to have to use the bumper? We might see the bump and run here out of Eddie Smith. As he's right there. There it is, a little bump right there. Ryan Pendleton's able to hold on to it, though. Eddie, on those little bit fresher tires, you're able to see just how much better he's able to get into the corner and back to the gas. Another bump there for the 87. The 87 is looking down to the inside. He's going to get that position and take the lead away. So move Eddie Smith up into the lead with a little bump in road to set that up. Plus newer tires definitely making a difference for that 87 machine. A little further back, Kosick battling with Jamie Barkus off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Got a little battle going on back here as well. Mike Veith getting passed by the 31 of Colbert. Colbert's got fresh tires and a new car. He's trying to work his way back up through the field. Got a battle going on between Jamie Barkus and Joe Yates as Yates is going to overdrive the corner, slide up into the wall. That's going to allow Barkus to get the position here off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Move Jamie Barkus up into the 3rd position. But here comes Kosick trying to break up this party as well. And Charles Stevens Jr. there as well. So great battling all over the track as we are coming up to 25 laps to go. Cody McClellan trying to get a few positions here with a fresh car. Just got around peg leg. Now he's working down to the inside of Jason Lottridge. He's going to take that position away as well. He's going to set his sights on Adam Lang. We just saw some 3-wide racing back here a moment ago as we see Colbert almost drive Kiner up into the wall as they come down the front stretch. Garrett Kinder also trying to make some moves happen as he's working underneath the 99 of Brandon Wallace. And almost throws a slider there off of turn number 2. Talking some dirt track racing earlier. Well, Kinder was trying to throw a big old slider there. Here comes the 31 of Colbert into the mix as well. Again, Colbert on much fresher tires. He's really able to put his car wherever he wants. And you're starting to see that as Griff is really struggling off the corner. Here comes Kinder looking down to the inside of Griff. Jonah Colbert there as well, trying to get through. Oh, almost some contact between Heiner and Colbert. As now Colbert looking up to the high side. Griff and Kinder side by side. I thought Colbert was just about to shove it in there 3 wide, but he thinks better of it. They come off the corner. And oh, Griff gets loose on the low lane. It's going to allow Colbert to get around. Now he's going to easily be able to get around Griff here on those fresh tires. Trying to move himself up towards the front. Charles Stevens Jr. working around the 187 of Joe Yates. And he's going to take that position away. Here comes Cody McClellan. Also on newer tires. Trying to take advantage of the new rubber when he can. So move Cody up into the 5th position on those new tires. And Eddie Smith is just checked out. 4.5 seconds ahead of the 23 of Ryan Pendleton. And if we put our track map up on the screen, we'll be able to see just how far ahead the 87 is, which is the green dot, to the 23 of Ryan Pendleton, just going into turn 3 as Eddie Smith is crossing the start-finish line. And Eddie Smith continuing to stretch his legs. Josh Oswald says, Eddie the alien, and we're seeing that right now. As, well, if we really want to throw what it's like out there. Let's put the Delta up there. And you can see live that lead growing lap after lap as Eddie's running almost a half a second faster per lap than Jamie Barkus. There's your last lap comparisons. Still waiting for Barkus to cross the line, and there it is. So Eddie just continuing to dominate and pull away. Up over 7-second lead now. Michael Kosick in a battle here with Ryan Pendleton. And Kosick's going to take that position away, and here comes the 06 of McClellan as well. On those fresher tires, trying to move himself forward. Speaking of fresher tires, Jonah Colbert has moved himself up into the 8th position. And he's running down Adam Lang to try to take that 7th position away. Now McClellan, again, underneath the 23 on those fresh tires. Able to put that car wherever he wants, and you're able to see that as it comes off of turn number 2. Move Cody up into the 4th position. Pegleg trying to make his way forward, currently in the 10th position. Trying to take 9th away from Joe Yakes. Pegleg's going to look down to the bottom this time as they come off of turn number 2, and Yakes is going to have the advantage on the high side this time. Pegleg's going to throw it back in there though, trying to get to the inside and trying to get the good run off the corner. Not able to do it. A little further up, we've got Jonah Colbert taking over the 6th position from Charles Stevens Jr. And he's looking to take 5th away from Ryan Pendleton. There he goes, right down underneath Pendleton, down the backstretch. That's going to clear the 31 and put him up into the 5th position. Now he's got 2 seconds to the 06 of McClellan, who's also on fresh tires, running down Michael Kosick for that 4th position, while Kosick and Jamie Barkus are battling for 2nd. And Eddie Smith's lead is almost 10 seconds. As these drivers battle with lap traffic. Garrett Kinder now working his way back up through the field. Those 2 tires finally starting to equalize just a little bit. They're 3 wide behind Kinder coming off of turn number 2. Pegleg making the aggressive move in the middle here. They're still 3 wide. Heiner now looking underneath Pegleg. As laps continue to tick down. McClellan has gotten around Michael Kosick, moved himself up into the top 3, and he set his sights on Jamie Barkus. That's going to move McClellan up into the 2nd position. But the battling in lap traffic, that's allowed Jonah Colbert to catch the back of this little pack. And as they come across the line this time, here's Colbert trying to get around the lap car of Bertosa Jr. While that's going on in front of him, Michael Kosick and Jay Barkus make some contact off of turn number 2. Barkus is going to be able to slide right ahead of Kosick, but now Barkus up into the wall, all right in front of Jonah Gobert on those fresher tires. as he's going to move his way up to the high side, get around Kosick. And Jamie Barkus is going to be no match for that 31 machine. Barker's doing everything he can to hold on to the second position. But fresh tires prevailing. They work their way to the low side here. Now one car coming off of pit road. That is the 28 machine of Dan Worley. As Colbert's going to move himself into that final podium position. As Eddie Smith is working his way off of turn number 2 when he crosses the line in a half a lap. We'll have just 10 laps to go. The gap back to Cody McClellan though is still 10 seconds. Last thing that Eddie Smith wants to see is a yellow flag. Right up in front of him though, we've got 3 cars battling hard for position. Peg Leg Felts, Chris Heiner, and Joe Yakes. Heiner's going to look down to the inside of Yakes here off of turn number 4, right in front of our leader. Heiner's going to try the slide job here, but Yakes is going to be able to get the run on the high side. All while our leader is running them down right behind. The last thing Eddie wants to see is these cars get together right in front of him. As they're coming up on the 67 of Mike Veith. Mike's going to go down to the bottom. Big wiggle on the 24 of Heiner. Able to hold on to it. Well, Eddie Smith now, again, right behind this group. Heiner really loose off the corner yet again. Heiner is struggling with handling right now, and you can see that. We ride along with Heiner here. You can hear the wheel spin. As he almost gets up into the wall. Able to hold it off the wall. Yellow flag is out. Charles Stevens around on the front stretch. And boy, does that change everything. That brings up our Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Let's see what happened to the 88 machine. Looks like he's run to the outside of Bertosa Jr., right behind Adam Lang. Oh, he clips the 43, just barely get together. And that 88 hard into the inside wall. Well, that erases Eddie Smith's 10-second lead. That's also going to set up a green-white checker. That's also going to allow a few people to pit if they really wanted to. But it doesn't look like anybody came down pit road. Ratchet Miller says 6 laps, what to do, what to do. I'm surprised we don't see more cars in the back of the pack. Like Adam Lang, 6th on back, come down, take tires. Oh, we're seeing 1 car on pit road. So 27 of Ellingson, Brandon Wallace, Daniel Cunningham. So all the lap cars coming down on the pit road. And even though Eddie was so fast that last round right there, you're going to have Cody McClellan and Jonah Gobert on much fresher tires. Then again, those two could have burned up their tires trying to get back through the field. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. Jason Lotridge, Joe Yakes, Charles Stevens Jr. down onto pit road. Or coming off of pit road, I should say. Up in the chat, Ratchet Miller says 13 got his up on the wheel making a hand. We're going to see if Kinder is able to do anything here on this green-white checker. Ryan Pendleton right in front of him. Last pit on lap 93. Kinder came in on 111. Kinder did only take those 2 tires, though. As lights are off on the pace car, McClellan, or Eddie Smith, I should say, taking the low lane on this restart. Putting McClellan up on the high lane, putting his teammate right behind him. So we see the teammates working together on that low lane. Of course, Eddie will be letting Jonah know when he's going to hit the gas, and that's going to allow Jonah to get a good launch here, and hopefully in his mind get around the 06 as they come off of turn number 4. Green flag's back in the air. A little wheel spin from a couple of the cars. Garrett Kinder making a move immediately, and that did not work out for Jonah Colbert as he's going to fall back into the 3rd position. They come off of turn number 4. Yellow flag is out. Looks like the 99 of Brandon Wallace spun around in turn number 2. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we see what happened to Brandon Wallace here. He's working down on the low side. They were almost just 3 wide. As they come off the corner, oh, he just lost it all by himself trying to get back to the gas too quickly. Loops it around. Looks like Ellingson got a little piece of that as well. And that's going to set up another green-white checker attempt. That's Oswald says the 99 killed himself. Well, there you go. Who gets the bounty? Here goes Griff Dozer getting his lap back as he bulldozes through the pace car. So here we go, getting ready for our 2nd attempt at a green-white checker. See if Eddie chooses the same on this restart, down on the bottom. See if McClellan does here. See if he stays. We got one more to go, and I just realized I always say Cody's last name wrong, and I do apologize. It's the Scottish in me that says it, sees it, and sees McLellan. I know it's McElwain. I know I keep saying it wrong, and I do apologize for that. But here we go. Choose cone will be in effect here. And Eddie Smith is going to choose the high side this time. Cody's going to choose the high side. That's going to move Jonah Colbert down alongside his teammate. And I think that's going to hurt Cody, but I don't think Cody had much of a choice there. We'll have to see how this restart goes for the 06 as the pace car pulls off. They come back to the restart zone. Eddie Smith's going to lead them back up to the green flag. Green flag's back in the air. We're back racing, and again, a great jump for that 31, but here comes Cody in the 06 on the high side, trying to keep that position, but not able to do it as they come down the backstretch. Now, oh, we got a yellow flag back out. It looks like Mike Veith has looped it around in turn number 2 this time. Oh, we got a big one. Jake Yates, Chris Heiner, all around as well, and I think I just saw a little contact between Garrett Kinder and Charles Stevens Jr., but let's take a look at the initial incident. Which is much of what we've been seeing. Oh, we just realized my Wreckage Rewind wasn't up, but a lot of what we've been seeing already tonight as the 1967 just loots it all by himself. And then up in front of this, let's put on the blimp here, see if we can see this from the sky. Garrett Kinder is up in the middle, 3 wide there. Almost comes up into Lot Ridge. And then, oh, Kinder gets into the back of the 187. Sends him sliding through the field. And not much that 187 could really do. We'll look at it again here. Let's take a look viewing the 187 here of Joe Yakes. And yeah, just not a whole lot that could really happen there. Is we got a little situation here. We got a bunch of cars on pit road. Oh, I take that back. The race is over. I thought we were going to have one more chance at a green-white checker. I apologize. Eddie Smith is your winner. Jonah Colbert's going to come home second. Cody McLean in third. Ryan Pendleton fourth. And Jamie Barkas in fifth. I do apologize. I thought we were going to have one more shot at a green-white checker, but that's going to do it here tonight. So let's take a look at our results from top to bottom. Again, Eddie Smith, your winner. Jonah Colbert, Cody McLean, Ryan Pendleton, and Jamie Barkas, your top 5. Michael Costa comes back for a top 6. Adam Lang, Chuck Pegleg Feltz with a top 8. Top 10 finish in 8th. Jason Lottridge and Garrett Kinder comes back to finish in 10th. Terrell Stevens Jr. in 11th. William Griffith in 12th. Joe Yakes, Chris Heiner, and Daniel Cunningham round out the top 15. 16 on back, we're going to have Brandon Wallace, Mike Veith, Dan Worley, Jake Ellenson, Mike Bertosa Jr., Justin Hendry, Patrick Drabick, Matt Knights, and Charlie Gates Jr. round out the rest of the field. So I do apologize for that call at the end. I thought we were having one more green-white checker, but let's have a talk here with our top 3, starting with the 06 of Cody. Cody, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Man, great job tonight coming home in third. Looked like those tires that you took, I believe it was on lap 1. Let's see, you were on the same strategy as Jonah, so on 128, even though they were only about 15 laps cleaner, really seemed to make a difference as you were able to run down the back of the field. Were you expecting that kind of long green flag run, and did that help you out at all to get back up to the front?
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that green flag run for sure, and then I also wasn't expecting the tires to be that much better. I was really surprised. Me and Jonah were just talking how you could run it in there kind of high, and just wait on the car to settle out, and you could get down to the bottom and just really, really get a run off the bottom. And yeah, man, I just kind of accidentally backed my way into that one. It worked out really well.
For sure. And coming down to the end there, that long green flag run, Eddie Smith got himself over a 10-second lead. The caution came out. Were you kind of hoping that caution was going to come out to be able to catch back up and have a chance there at the end?
Yeah, man, I was exactly what I was hoping was gonna happen did, and we had that first green white checker. He started on the inside and I was on the outside, and I was able to get between him and Jonah. And if that could have stayed green, I might could have had something for him, maybe not. But and then on the next restart, he stayed high, so and they both got out in front. But yeah, man, we'll take it. Third place after getting. I think I had to go to the back 2 different times and work my way back up. So we'll take third after that for sure.
For sure. And as you had two teammates there working together, did you kind of think your chances for were getting slim there, having them working together like that?
Yeah, man, that's yeah. It goes back to that, like I was saying on that last restart. They're obviously they're gonna know when each other are starting, so it's kind of tough to keep up on the starts there. But I was able to on that first one. It just I needed it to stay green there.
For sure. Well, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank our sponsors over at Goatlocker Racing, Gill Insurance Advisors, Jam Printing and Promotions, G2G Trailers, Tracks for Vets, Travis Lee Creative. I'd just like to thank my teammates. We had a good run as a whole, as a team. Just like to thank the guys that put on this league, and appreciate what you do in the booth, man. You do a great job.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And sure we'll talk to you again soon, as I know you do run it in the truck series this weekend as well. So good luck there as well.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
So as your third place finisher, Cody, let's move up to Jonah Colbert. Your second place finisher, Jonah, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey Josh, how's it going?
Man, it's going well. You had a great run there. Coming back up through the field on those fresher tires, you and Cody, even though they were only 12 laps, 15 laps newer, really made a difference. And able to catch back up, running a second and third, and then the caution came out. You're able to get a shot at your teammate Eddie there. But overall, how did that run go for you? And were you expecting to have that long green flag run in the middle there?
Uh, the trend for the race was definitely not a long run, but I mean, it couldn't have worked out any better for me. I mean, it came at just the right time when I needed it, because I was telling Eddie in the team chat there after I caused that wreck, I was like, man, I picked the worst time of the race to wreck with, not that many laps, 50 laps to go, but it ended up working out for me. And with the track getting as cool as it did, and the timing of everything, and having, like you said, the fresh tires, we found me and Cody both found out you could run down there on the apron coming off the corner and get just a straight line run, almost like a drag strip right off the corner, and it would just hook up really, really well. And that was the key to getting by all those cars, because I mean it's a really hard track to pass at to begin with. So
For sure, we saw the hard passing all night long. And did you have a strategy coming into the race originally, and did it change as that long green flag run happened there?
the strategy all along was track position, track position, track position. And I mean, I think you may have seen that at one point earlier in the race. We were having trouble getting by Pat, and he's a fast driver, but Eddie ended up taking two tires to beat him off pit road once, and so he could control the restarts. And I mean, that's the kind of thing you have to do, because tires, they mattered a little bit, but not as much as it may have seemed. It just I think track position was more important, so we were just doing whatever we could to stay up front, and that was the key, I think.
Well, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank Intensity Broadcasting for putting this race on for all of our fans and viewers and family that like to watch it, and all the drivers like to go back and watch this race. It's a really good broadcast. We enjoy that. Thanks to Goatlocker Racing for sponsoring this series. They've put up a lot to get this series going. They help out with every single weekend. Big Fish Motorsports, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Shappy Edits, Meal Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, and of course our notorious leaders, Seth Griffith, and that's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the runner-up position there. And I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
So that was your second place finisher, Jonah Colbert. Let's bring in Eddie Smith here, your winner. Eddie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Mr. Hall.
Man, Eddie the Alien, as we saw in the chat here tonight, up to a 10-second lead over Cody there at towards the end, and the yellow came out. I'm sure you were not hoping that yellow came out, but it made for an exciting finish, and you still came home with the W. That long green flag run, though, that really worked in your favor, and you're able to just start gapping the field. How were you able to hold on with those older tires that way?
The tires didn't really wear all that off that much. Like every pit stop, the tires were in the 90s every time. So, I don't know if the line made a difference in how the tires wore, but like when I took two tires, I was 99, 98 on the left. So, it just didn't matter. It seemed like you could drive the car as hard as you want to. Just trying to keep the car balanced, drive in, kind of push up, dime in the corner, and then get a kind of weight on the throttle and get a good drive off. And seemed to be working really, really well. So the tires probably weren't that important, which is why I kind of fiddled back and forth about going in pit there at the end. But yeah, it would definitely been the wrong call.
Yeah, you talk about the throttle control. The track tonight looked to be incredibly treacherous, very slick, very greasy, and you're able to hold on to it. How was the racing as far as the slickness of the track? Were you noticing people pushing up around? I know you were taking a long time before you could get back to the throttle. Just tell us about the track itself tonight.
Yeah, it's like a mix between New Hampshire and Darlington. So you have like this New Hampshire is like a really top-sided, but this has like a progressive banking thing, so you can't even get low if you wanted to. And so making a pass was just you had to it was gonna be tricky. I was really being patient behind Pat because he always races me clean, and so I'm always gonna race him clean, race him hard. And I know he's not gonna give me an inch, and that's what I like. And so I was just trying to me it's like a fun chess game, trying to figure out how to get around somebody here at a track like this. I just don't know. I don't know how you pass on equal tires, with somebody who's putting down some flyers. It was going to take a miracle. So it's just waiting on mistakes and just driving in there as hard as you can. It's also some guys really taking it easy in the entry. And I think that's where some people may have been losing some time because you just drive it down, get your left sides on that apron area, and then push up the track, kind of like just like Darlington, and then just wait on throttle. If you get on too soon, you get tight off the corner, so you have to wait. And then once you get back on throttle, come down and let your left sides kind of grab that apron, and you come off with a pretty good run. So pretty much ran the same all night. Didn't change, based on the tire usage or track state or anything. It seemed to just constantly drive just like that. So if you can get to a groove, you could really put down some laps.
Well, awesome job tonight, and I know the chat was going wild when you gave the little bump and run to Ryan there towards the end there. But great run overall. Anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight before we let you go?
Oh well, I don't think I bumped Ryan. I bumped him accidentally. I don't even know how I got into him and backed off. So I definitely did him bump and run. I don't want to. I thought we raced pretty clean, and I got by him without touching him. So I would never do that to Ryan, any of the Goatlocker boys for sure. So I'm gonna cover my ass on that one.
The replay might show something different when you watch this one back.
Well, if that's the case, and he I like I said, I bumped him at one point just by sheer accident and actually backed off, and then on the pass, everything looked clean to me. So, but if I got to him on his screen or something else, I'll definitely reach out to him because I definitely wasn't trying. So anyway, yeah.
No,
So sorry about that if that was the case.
It was good hard racing, and everybody enjoyed it in the chat. But yeah, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank my teammate, Jonah Colbert, Daniel Cunningham. We had some guys in there just kind of hanging out, having a good time, and I want to shout them out because Brandon Wallace, Garrett Kinder, and William Griffith, and a couple more guys just in there having a good time, man, making this race fun. That's what it's all about. We had a blast tonight, so and thank you for broadcasting, man. You always do a great job.
Man, I appreciate that, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon this weekend in the Truck Series.
All right, Josh. Have a good night.
There you have it. As your winner, Eddie Smith here tonight at Indianapolis Lucas Oil Raceway here, IRP, on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget, like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to share this with your friends and family if there's anybody you think who would enjoy it. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night as the Send It Cup Series takes off at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Then we have our truck doubleheader on Sunday. So join us right back here on Intensity Broadcasting for live iRacing 7 nights a week. And as always, as our boy Atman Weiss would say, over